All right, I just wanted to do a quick video on the forward controls for the Indian Chief, particularly for tall riders. So this is kind of a video inspired by bikes I like. I watched a ton of his videos before buying any of my bikes. He's a great resource for kind of understanding how people fit on bikes based on their height and that kind of thing. And so I found it very useful to watch his videos. But anyway, I'm going to tell a quick story just about how I found this bike. I actually ordered a Scout Rogue last year, and it took about 5 months to get it. It just everything was taking forever. So anyway, my bike was ready. I was super excited. Went to the dealer to pick it up and do all the paperwork. And as I was kind of waiting around signing paperwork, I saw that they had this bike there. And so when the sales guy came back around, I asked him, "Hey, what's up with this Chief?" And he said, "Oh, someone ordered it and backed out of it." And I was like, "So does that mean it's available to buy?" And he said, "Yes, it is." So I ended up buying this bike instead of my Rogue. So I had never ridden a Chief, not or actually a Chief Dark Horse. I had never ridden one, and so my very first ride on one was riding at home. And so I didn't realize that it came with mid controls when I bought it, and they were just super uncomfortable. And I should actually start by saying that I'm 6'2", so I'm a tall rider, and I have kind of longer legs too. So it was very uncomfortable. Now on my FTR, it's got the mid controls, and it's no problem. I fit great on that. The rider triangle is fine, no problem. Just the way you sit on it. But because you're sitting so low on this bike, I think the seat height is like 26 inches or something like that. You're really low, and so when you use the mid controls, if you're a tall rider, it's just really awkward, and you feel kind of clamshelled, like you're super far forward leaning, and that your legs are your knees are crammed up, upwards. And what was really uncomfortable was when you would stop. So on this bike, when I stop, I pretty much take both my feet off, and that's how I stop at a stoplight. Whereas on the FTR, I just do a 1 foot off and 1 foot on the peg on the clutch. And so anyway, I went like this for a few months, and I realized I can't do this anymore. This is just uncomfortable. It feels like when you're stopped and your feet are on the ground and you start moving again, you have to lift your knees directly up and then put your feet over the controls, and it was just really awkward. So I bit the bullet, and I scoured the internet, and I found a dealer that sold it a little bit less than MSRP and had free shipping. So I think I paid a little bit less than $400 for the controls, and installed them myself. Wasn't a big deal, easy to do, and day and night. So these are the forward controls. They were about $400, and it just makes it so much more comfortable. It's a lot more natural to from a stop when your feet are on the ground to put them back on the controls. It just riding long distance is more comfortable. It's really not that big of a difference where it's located, but it makes a huge difference just comfort wise. So if you're a tall rider and you have the Indian Chief, I highly recommend the forward controls. Or if you're just looking at whether you should do it or not, I'd rather not pay $400 for controls that I wished it came with. But whatever, it is what it is. I tried selling my mid controls, but no takers. So anyway, I hope this is useful for somebody, some of you tall guys out there.